The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot. Going down right now.
Yo, Rick, you did it again, man.
So we're going to jump into our ill talk of the day, and that is, how will ComplexCon Chicago impact the city? So for those of you that don't know, Complex will be in Chicago Saturday, July 20th and Sunday, July 21st. There will be performances from a slew of artists, including Rick Ross, Schoolboy Q, Ella May, Chicago's own Juice WRLD, Lucky, Taylor Bennett, Toby, and just so much more. You're gonna have some dope fashion brands there, vendors there, platforms of all types is gonna be at ComplexCon. Tickets are on sale right now. They still have minimum tickets for from $80 to $600. So before we get into our ill talk, I'm gonna read some comments via Instagram. You can follow us there at iLLANOiZE Radio. And our first comment comes from IB Classic. He said, let me zoom in on this joint right here.
Zoom in, Charlie. Zoom in.
Let me
get your
zoom
on. Zoom, like my boy Swiss D say. Zoom.
So let me zoom on this. And he said, I don't think anything complex related ever benefits Chicago more than it glorifies the negative aspects of the city. People tell you not to refer to it as Chirac, and they continue to. If a majority of people who create and move the culture today aren't involved, it's skewed representation. That was IB Classics comment. We also have a comment from D2X. He said, I just wish more Chicago influencers were incorporated and involved in this event. There are so many. It would have been a benefit for many of the great people around our city and for Complex as well if this was done. And lastly, we have another comment from J Think Ill. He said, I personally don't think it will deeply impact Chicago unless they plan on helping the Chicago culture, the Chicago music culture after ComplexCon, meaning like throwing future events, plus use their platform to promote more Chicago artists, not surrounded by the wow factor of violence. So those were our comments via IG. You can follow us again on IG, Twitter, Instagram, all of those things at iLLANOiZE Radio. And Jones, you know, you mentioned the ill talk to us, and you know, ComplexCon is definitely the talk of the town right now. So, what are your thoughts on things?
I think it'll have an impact on people working. You know what I mean? It'll actually get everybody. Hopefully, I'm looking at it as a way for networking. You know what I mean? For us, I really want to see more platforms linking up, and you know what I mean, working with each other. Hopefully, we can do that and see like, how can they have this much impact on our city and we can't do this? The same way people showing up for ComplexCon, they should show up for iLLANOiZE event as well. Or
not even just Illinois, just in general.
In general, the tribe,
you
know, Facial Drive, anything that's going on from within the city, and that's what I want to see when ComplexCon come. I want them to embrace what's here already. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And after they leave here and understand what's here. You know what I mean? Once they leave here and they find out everything that's going on here, they know about iLLANOiZE. They know about the tribe. They know about everybody that's doing something. Now, next time y'all come back, reach out to these same platforms that you heard about and bumped into while y'all was here. You know what I mean? That way, we don't need y'all to bring the energy back to the city. We can already put the energy there. You feel me?
See, now, I definitely agree on that. I have to agree with Jay, and I definitely want to speak on what D2X said about how it would be dope if they had a lot more creatives from Chicago part of the event. You know, I personally just I feel like this. If you're going to bring ComplexCon, which is a major premier platform to the city, you got to have representatives that, you know, PR representatives or just representatives in general here way prior to the event to really dissect our culture and really see who's doing what for the culture.
I want to cut you off on that because I think the way ComplexCon is incorporating Chicago, like Chicago creatives, is not in the sense of music. I know a number of people that are, like doing something in fashion or doing something in graphic design and doing something like behind the scenes that is incorporated into ComplexCon. So it's also like, at the end of the day, we got to take baby steps. Complex didn't have to consider Chicago at all. Complex could have easily gone to another space and looked over Chicago because of the stigma that we have, that we do have such a violent city. They could have easily glossed over that and not decided to do anything here. So while we do want Complex to embrace all of these Chicago artists, like, let us get our foot in the door first. Like, let them get a taste of what Chicago really is before we say put all these Chicago artists in it. Because I honestly, like, when it comes to music, I don't even think it's a lot of artists that's ready, Chicago artists that's ready for a ComplexCon platform.
See, and I wasn't speaking on artists. Now, I'm speaking, and I agree with that because this is their first, and it's a good thing that they are here because that does open doors for a lot of opportunities. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, before you cut me off, what I'm saying is, like, to really grow this thing, you got to really dig deep instead of everybody's going to go to those popular trending brands. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Everybody's going to do that. That's known. That's common because at the end of the day, this is a business event. This is business. Chicago is one of the top markets in the world, as far as states.
Right. Top 3.
You feel me? So at the same time, I would say don't look at this as a money thing. You got to also look at this as a cultural thing and dig deep.
But the thing is, too, you got to think about it. They probably not in tune with people in our generation. They probably in tune with some older people who's out of tune with what's going on now. So they have to, the old folks, our elders have to start reaching out to us. That's who we start pointing the finger at because they got to understand that we are controlling what's been put out there. And if they not reaching down to us, then how will Complex know who to reach out for?
That's why I said they need representatives.
But they got bad representators. We talk about this every day. People not passing down people not helping one another in the city.
Yeah.
That's why, because of people get their connections and their resources and they keep them to themselves. They probably do have somebody from a group of people from Chicago who they go to and ask what's this and what's that and what we should do. And they probably tell them. And we not probably in those circles, like everybody that's doing something in the city that's not in those circles or in those groups might not get mentioned to Complex.
I was looking at some of the fashion brands. I truly feel like Ron Louis should have been, one of those standout designers. It's just a lot of fashion that go on. You got Fashion Geek. You know what I'm saying? The Puma release.
But then if we also think about it too, like when Complex goes to when ComplexCon is presented in other cities, it's not necessarily a local, like a big local component. So I don't think that we should expect that, like expect a big local Chicago component of ComplexCon when that's not the model that they have for other cities. While it was involved, it wasn't like we finna go to LA and this is gonna be a bunch of LA people.
But it is.
But I mean,
like when Complex is in LA, it's a bunch of LA. That's my point.
See, the thing
here, it's a bunch of outside coming here. So I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
My main thing is, I'm not shading the complexes. I'm happy they're here because it's gonna give a lot of us opportunity. I just feel like
a lot of people just don't sound grateful for the fact that it's here. Like, I get where you're coming from, but at the end of the day, they didn't have to come here. Like Chicago,
they had to come here.
They had to. We feel like they had to, but they did not have to. They could have took that shit to New York. They could have been to Texas.
And I'm pretty sure they will.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they will. But I'm saying at the end of the day, this is, other than Lollapalooza, we don't get a lot of big stuff for real.
People really are just tired of bigger platforms coming into Chicago and profiting off of the city and not giving back.
That's what it is.
We don't. It's not like we allow it to happen. We don't allow people to come and shoot movies in our neighborhoods. We don't allow people to come here and do events and take our music and put it. They do it on their own, and nobody's going to say nothing because everybody wants money. Everybody wants to get paid.
So at what point? But at what point do we, if we really care about the culture and we really care about that, do we say F the money? If that's how y'all really feel, if y'all don't want these people coming into our city and doing X, Y, and Z without giving us the credit for it.
We could say that, but then it's 5 other people out there who probably really need money. And
okay,
so,
but if that's their mindset, then if
but
you
that's
gonna
what
sell
it
out
is.
for that, then
but I'm saying like I'm not talking about everybody else. I'm just talking about like what we're talking about and the people that's on there in our comments. A lot of people don't give a F about the violence in the city. Let's be honest. People gonna come here regardless. They're not even looking past 22nd. Anything downtown is beautiful,
right.
And they know they're gonna. It's a tourist attraction. Chicago is a tourist attraction in the summer around this time of the year,
and
so they're gonna get paid regardless we come there or not. People from Milwaukee is gonna drive to Chicago for ComplexCon. People from St. Louis will drive up here for ComplexCon. You got all these surrounding cities that will drive up here. Everybody's gonna eat hotels, cabs, Uber, like money.
And then those same people that's coming to see what's fresh. That's why I'm mentioning like it should in the near future that they should looking for more fresh brands to put on Complex from the city. But like if they go to New York, they
everybody
need to
have a spokesperson. Everybody have a spokesperson when they come to you go to New York. When you go to the A, you always got a homie in the A who gonna tell you where all the hot spots at.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
When they come here, they got some people to tell them, all right, these are the people that's been doing something. Now, these people probably like in their 50s now, and they probably talking about somebody who was busting in 2008.
But I don't necessarily think that that's the type of culture going on at Complex, though.
You never know. I'm just hypothetically speaking. I'm just hypothetically speaking because if Fashion Geek is not on there for fashion,
I know Puma is, but maybe he'll be part of that.
But I'm saying, if he's not, then it's like,
that's what's going on.
You feel me?
At least Fat Tiger's on there. Shout out to Joe Freshgood. He been killing the scene. Hopefully we can get you up here soon. He's been killing the scene. Lyrical Lemonade's on that thing. They've been killing.
Yeah.
They've been flooding the city with all types of great things. So they got a couple dope. They got RSVP on there. It's just certain brands that's still missing that would have really helped push Complex to the top, and it would have helped bridge a bigger it would have helped bridge things a lot more as far as connections and grow more opportunities. So this is their first one in this city. I know for sure since it's their first, they're going to learn from it. Their next one is going to be twice as big because they're going to learn from what they didn't do this time.
Like how do you think it's going to influence the city once it's gone? Like what's the mark it's going to leave on the city? Like
I don't even necessarily think it's going to leave a mark. I think it's going to
speak out the pretty right.
I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Like, I think it's not going to leave a mark, but it's going to plant a seed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, what kind of influence, motivation?
But I'm saying, like, it's going to plant a seed in the sense of, like, okay, now we're here. Like, we've planted the seed. Here's the roots. And I think if people take advantage of it in the right way, I think it's going to leave, like, I don't even know
it's going to grow.
It's going to grow, but I'm trying to figure out the word to, like, what I want, like, how I'm trying to say it. I don't want to say it's going to leave, like, a network, but essentially it is.
It will. No, it will.
Yeah, it will leave a network that we didn't have before.
Yep.
So I don't think it's going to be like Complex finna come and now it's going to be a Complex office or something like that. Like, nothing
but
like
you
that.
You never know.
I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, right
know.
now, okay, that'd be great if that happens. But I'm saying, like, it's going to leave a network, and that's the impact that it's going to leave.
And that's the impact we would.
That's the impact we need.
That's the impact.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yep,
what kind of impact it's going to have, and if that's the impact.
And that's really, like I said, I respect what Jay said as well. When you mentioned how when they leave, what will happen?
Look, what
will they leave with us?
If I see academics.
Flood them.
It's popping.
We got to flood.
That's the only reason why
he gonna have hella security.
I'm gonna have security with me, and they ain't even gonna be protecting me.
What's his alter ego name? What was his alter ego?
I forgot his little rap alter. Little AK.
I swear, look, I'm gonna have security with me, and they not gonna be there to protect me. They just gonna be there to just make sure Jones get just clear him. That's all they gonna do. I just want to hit him one time. I don't even want no phones out.
You was a fool. I
don't want no phones out, and I don't need no footage.
But don't do that at ComplexCon then, because
y'all gonna see me marching out like Tupac in the MGM Stadium.
They gonna put you in a cell next to ASAP, bro.
Look, put me in there, because I'm gonna come out with a mixtape after that with ASAP Rocky.
You know what?
F12, that's the new joint hosted by Jones and ASAP Rocky. I'm in that thing.
That was our ill talk for today. So you guys, like I said, ComplexCon will be here Saturday, July 20th and Sunday, July 21st. Tickets are still available. Grab those tickets because it's looking like it's about to sell out. Tickets range from $80 to $600. I believe those $600 tickets have sold out, which was VIP. So pretty much $80 to $300. Get those tickets now. And yeah, we finna actually get into our ill jam of the week. This is one of two ill jams because we wasn't here last week. You feel me? We got to give you double the music, baby. And the ill jam of the week goes to 8matic Logan with Blah Blah Blah. Crazy joint right here, crazy joint. If you don't got it, go to illanoize.co, search Blah Blah Blah, and he'll be right there on that site. And we finna get into it right about